Breaking news, Iran just launched a drone strike against Israel, which I'm sure surprises no one. If you're out of the loop, on April 1st, an airstrike hit the Iranian embassy in Damascus, taking, among others, one senior Iranian official. So retaliation has been discussed and kind of expected for the last couple of weeks. I'm not here to defend either one of these two very terrible governments, but as always, I am going to use the impending breakout of World War III to discuss some geopolitical hypocrisies. You know, the right to defend themselves crowd has been real silent as of late. So is it a right or not? Is it a logical conclusion or not? This is obviously a lot more complicated, but I have been seeing a few points used to defend the airstrike that strike me as a little odd. For example, I'm seeing a lot of people mention Iran invading the US embassy back in the 1970s and Iran bombing an Israeli embassy in 1992 as somehow like an excuse for this. But ironically, that's all coming from the same people who seem to think history started on October 7th. The other main point I'm seeing is that these two nations have been engaged in a proxy war for years. Therefore, I mean, they're already at war, basically. But like, if anyone engaged in a proxy war with the US, for example, were to suddenly come out and attack the US directly, you'd be hearing a lot about how it came out of nowhere, completely unprovoked. Playing the eye for a decades-old eye game really starts to undermine Israel's outrage. Also, like, again, with the selective history, the point is, countries do not have morals. They do not have principles. They have interests. Also, like, let's not act like Israel is shocked. This was absolutely the goal. Israel wants a war, a big one, and it's gonna drag half the Western world into it with them. But you know what makes it really, really hard to argue that cooler heads should prevail? Spending the last few months arguing that aggression, that being on the offense is necessary to defend oneself. Do not let anyone convince you that this is anything other than powerful men throwing tantrums and gambling with people's lives.